you think back to our time in Brooklyn, what do you think of?
I had just signed that deal. You had just signed the deal. But I feel like we were secure, but everything else around us was going to And not in a bad way. We got GMs going to other teams. We got coaches going to other teams. We got players forcing trades. We got bringing Ben Simmons. He's back. Like, it was just so much. I had just signed that deal. You had just signed the deal.
Here, all right?
But I feel like we were secure, but everything else around us was going to
So when he says,
not in a bad way. We got
and it's obviously, again, I didn't take this personally.
everything else around us was.
So when he says this, I'm not taking that personally. There was a lot going on around all of us, right? But how Steve ended up becoming our head coach, I'll let Kay answer that, right, when he's ready. But I already had my own thoughts on how the coaching situation was going to go.
Interview 1. Sudden moves and backstabbing unfolded almost overnight. The story the media told you was nowhere near the real truth. What actually destroyed the biggest super team experiment in NBA history is something fans were never meant to know at the time. Fans were still celebrating the dream together. It began when Brooklyn signed Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, two of the league's most dangerous scorers ever. The idea sounded flawless. Make Brooklyn famous, win several titles, and create a true New York dynasty.
How Steve ended up becoming our head coach, I'll let Kay answer that, right, when he's ready. But I already had my own thoughts on how the coaching situation was going to go, right? I felt like there were other candidates out there that could have definitely been our head coach that had championship experience. I think Steve had championship experience in his own way, in his role that he played in Golden State. But in terms of being a head coach, I had my own thoughts, right? And I'll get into that later in my documentary, but I'm just saying I had my own thoughts. And when Steve became our head coach, he even admitted to me that he had his own reserves on coaching me, and I had my reserves on him being coached by him. So we had already hashed that out, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, yeah, it was all easy around.
And here's the part most people forget. Kyrie was the real engine behind everything. He went straight to KD and basically said, let's actually do this. Let's commit and make Brooklyn important. KD agreed. Both players signed max contracts, committed long-term, and truly believed they were building something special together. The hype blew up right away. Two prime superstars in the media capital of the world, unlimited resources, and a fan base desperate for a championship. People were calling it the next Golden State Warriors dynasty before they even stepped on the court. Expectations weren't just high. They were insane. But this is where the story changes. Kyrie recently revealed something that reshapes how you see everything from day one. The problems didn't start later. They were already there, especially with the coaching choice. When Steve Nash was hired as head coach, most fans thought it was a great move. A Hall of Fame player, smart, and respected across the league. Sounds perfect, right? Not really. Kyrie admitted he had major doubts about Nash from the beginning. Other candidates had real championship experience as head coaches, not just former players. Kyrie felt those coaches may have been the better choice.
The most watched teams now because we have all-stars, MVPs on the team. We are in New York City, in the media capital of the world. You just got to walk a little bit different. And I wasn't ready to walk that walk, and I don't know if I can't speak for them, but there was a lot going on, just not within the team, but just Brooklyn in general, the Nets.
Going
You know, I didn't feel like it was going to shit, but I felt like there was just a lot of structural change happening that was very quick, and he's coming off an Achilles tear. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Nash won titles with Golden State, but only as an assistant, and he had never been the main person making the big decisions when everything truly mattered. And this is where things get crazy. Nash admitted to Kyrie that he wasn't fully confident about coaching him. Kyrie admitted he wasn't fully sure about being coached by Nash. The coach questioned the star. The star questioned the coach. They talked before the season began, but that kind of feeling doesn't just vanish. That was the base of the Nets super team, and cracks were already showing. If you want the rest of this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed, because it only gets wilder from here. Think about this for a moment. You're trying to build a championship team, and before one game is played, the bond between the head coach and point guard already has problems. That's not small. That's the foundation. Still, everything in Brooklyn looked calm on the outside. Kyrie still supported Steve Nash, and here's why that mattered.
Imagine going against the coach that literally saw all of our strengths and weaknesses, and now we're playing against them. You know what I'm saying? So Boston was ready for us. Ime had them ready, had the Celtics ready, dog. When we played them in the 2022 playoffs, shit got wild. Shit got wild, y'all. For sure, shit got wild. So we had a lot going on. KD is right. That's what I'm saying. When I said I'm gonna address this on stream, it literally was just about doing this and having fun with it and letting people.
Nash was Kevin Durant's guy, his choice. And in that situation, Kyrie took a step back. Kyrie basically said, "That's your guy. Cool. You want him? Cool. I respect Steve." Loyalty to KD's vision mattered more than Kyrie's own doubts. That part never made the news, but it shows Kyrie was actually trying to make things work, even when he wasn't fully convinced. And that's when the chaos really began. The super team finally came together, expectations were sky high, and suddenly everything around them started falling apart. Coaches began leaving. Front office executives walked away. Players started forcing exits. It felt like watching a building slowly collapse right in front of everyone.
We cared enough. I felt like every day we were trying to push towards winning the champ. It was a great vibe in there. It's some of the best times. That first year, that's why I signed that deal.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad that he said this, is because that first year that we were all together was really special. It was really special. We had veterans, we had young guys, we had we literally breezed through.
The wild part is that the core was still Kyrie, KD, and later James Harden, all trying to keep things together while everything around them was falling apart. The first big blow came with Ime Udoka. He was an assistant coach with the Nets and deeply involved with the team. He knew their plays, habits, strengths, and weaknesses inside and out. He was fully locked in. Then suddenly, he was gone, taking the head coaching job with the Boston Celtics. And that wasn't just any team. Same division. Brooklyn would have to face them multiple times every season. Think about how crazy that is. A coach who knew everything about you was now standing on the opposite sideline. Kyrie said his reaction was pure shock.